And some of the texts I'm getting is information that I want to maintain in a hard copy file.
Okay.
So how do I print a text message?
Print a text message. That's a great question. Let's see if we can tackle this together.
Because when I go to my messages,
Yep.
I can, let's see, I can copy it, or then I hit more, and
Yep.
I don't go anywhere other than getting an actual.
Okay. Yep. So yes, but that is the right route to go. So you would, are you in your messages, Alma?
Well,
You can do it on your iPad too. It's the same.
but it doesn't, showing no messages, and I
Oh,
have a
okay.
ton of messages
Gotcha.
on mine. So, okay, I'm in there.
Okay.
So
So if you,
now I've got copy or more.
yeah.
More doesn't
So if you
do
click and if you tap and hold down on a message, tap and hold, there will be a context menu that says copy or more pop up. If you put more,
Okay.
then you'll get on the bottom, you'll see a trash can on the left and an arrow on the right.
Yeah.
Click on that arrow.
Okay. So now it comes up, new message, and it says to.
Yes. Now you can send that message to your email.
Oh.
So just start typing in your email address as the
Okay.
person you're sending it to.
And okay, to me, and then
Yep.
hit send.
This is basically you're forwarding a text. You can also forward text to other people. So for example, if, the other day I took, Aubrey and I were outside on Saturday because it was a beautiful day. And I sent a picture to my in-laws, and that was a group conversation. And then instead of resending, instead of re-looking up the picture and writing the same text, I did that, held down and pushed more and forwarded it to my dad and my brothers, which is another group conversation that I have.
So you're tapping on the email, and then it opens it up,
Mm-hmm.
or the message.
Yeah.
And then where do you hold down?
You hold down on the actual blue or green or gray space that you want to copy. So that individual text.
Oh, I see.
So do
I
I
know it
send
says
it,
copy
I
or
send this to
more.
my
Yep.
email?
Yes. And then you can send it to your email.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So, I mean, if someone sends you something and you want someone else to see it, for example, another example, almost deleted all my messages. Click the wrong button. My brother sent me birthday ideas for my niece and my nephew. And so I forwarded that text to Becca so that Becca could see it too.
It didn't come through on my email. What it was?
It might take a minute. It may not be instantaneous, but it should come through soon.
So, and then I can print it.
Then you can print.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And have a hard copy, or even or from there you can then copy it and put it into a Word document or something like that to have a digital copy as well.
So
besides just
do you
text.
do something similar to take pictures? My daughter-in-law had sent me a bunch of pictures this weekend. How do I get them over to my photo center or whatever?
To your photos on your computer?
Or are they in my photos on here, or they're just in my message, aren't they?
They're just in your message. So what you'll have so the same thing with picture. If someone sends you a picture or a video, there's not going to be any there. Anyway, same concept. If someone sends you a picture or video, if you click down and hold on it. Like my dad sent a picture of our pool. This time it says copy, save, or more. And if you push save, it saves it directly into your camera roll on your phone or your iPad.
Directly into my camera.
Really?
Yeah, so then you go to the Photos app.
Well, that's nice.
I think it
Yeah.
used to be called
I
camera
mean,
roll.
I used to get that up and didn't know what it was, and so told it to
Now, another question. I get
Because otherwise, you're right. Otherwise, they do just stay in your messages app. So if someone sends you a picture and you want to keep it or print it or something, or use it for a scrapbook or thing later, then yes, you want to copy and save it to your phone.
So I get a text message
Yep.
and it says, Bob, I'll see you in an hour.
Okay.
Okay. How do I know when that message was sent?
Great question.
Because I don't know when the hour will be arriving.
Yep. Great question. There's
You sent me a message and I've now seen it. You might have sent it 10 minutes ago or 2 hours ago.
Yep. So
Oh, it only keeps the time for that day, doesn't it? Like,
no.
my friend just sent me a picture and at
Right.
10:48. So
Yes, but that only happens every so often. Sometimes it'll timestamp.
Sometimes it does, it doesn't.
Right. So the easy solution to that is you grab your finger and you swipe from right to left on the message app, and the times come for exactly when each individual message was sent.
on the message app.
Oh, wait a minute.
So grab your finger, not
11:07 a.m.
Yep.
Got it.
So
On where it says messages up here?
no, here I'm gonna show you real quick. No, go to go into a message, and then see. Watch. Grab and pull,
Oh,
and now the
okay.
times show up.
Oh, well, there it's
Yeah.
there, actually.
But now those texts, no, it
Now,
doesn't tell
it
you about the
indicates the
pictures.
time, but it doesn't
So
indicate
just
the date.
tap
does
it.
it?
Oh, back there.
No, but that's where you would then go to, as Alma was pointing out, there are occasional timestamps. So this says yesterday and Saturday, so it tells you when days were, if texts are spread out. So you should be able to see.
I get the time, but not necessarily the date on these pictures that were sent yesterday.
Yep. But there are, Bob, if you scroll up, you should see occasional big timestamps in the middle of a conversation.
Okay.
Like right here, it says Thursday, 4:47 p.m.
Yeah,
I sent my brother a text.
you'd have to know that yesterday.
Saturday at 9:22, yesterday at 11, or
Yeah, it does.
yesterday at 1:12 p.m. So yeah, it's not going to give you, hey guys,
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
it's not going to give you
Lots of things.
the entire thing, but it will give you, I mean, you should have a general idea of if it was sent
No?
at a certain day. We're doing a lot of text questions.
Oh, darn.
So we can run through them real quick
Okay.
again.
Let me just get coffee.
Yes, there is coffee if anyone wants
What else
coffee.
is there on messaging that I'm not aware of? So I can save
I don't
this
know.
message by emailing it to me.
Yes. You can save it or actually forward it to someone else.
Still haven't got it on my email though.
So I'm going to save this to my photos.
You
because
can't.
This is the only place it is.
I'm doing a little health cleanse,
And then I do
so no caffeine.
save.
Oh,
Over in that usual.
I know, but now I've got like a whole bunch of no, because it's been, today's day 10, I think.
oh,
So
wow, I'm impressed.
thanks. It's a
Wow.
21-day program. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Except
Yeah.
Kathy and Liz made fun of my lunch this morning, so it's green soup. But I'm expecting it to be pretty tasty.
So I'm gonna go through. So Something was showing up on the pictures that Ann sent me that's never done that. That little white dot up there.
Okay, so you.
Or dots.
Interesting. What phone do you have? Is this the new SE?
No, that's that 5S.
Yours is a 5S.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be a 5S.
Now they have the newer phone.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird, though.
The new,
I've never. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask Sandy to send me a picture. So that little like sunburst thing, excuse me, is Apple in their new 6S and the new iPhone SE, which came out. It's their two newest phones. Came out with live photos, and so when you take if you enable live photos, and we talked about this when it came out, but when you take a live photo, it also takes like a 2-second video in the photo. So if you click on the photo and then you hold down your finger,
I know I was getting that.
That photo takes the photo, but also takes about 2 seconds of audio and video as well. And so if you hold your finger down on it, you can see the 2 seconds surrounding that photo when it was taken. So it's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah.
And so
my son did a marathon down at Newport Beach.
Yeah. So you can see him holding it, and then even as it goes back down on his chest. So yeah. So that's what. Yeah, and there's another one. So if you click and hold, and it looks like they're using it intentionally. So that's what that little starburst does. I didn't know that
it would work on the old
I thought it was only for we'll have to try when we have time at the end of the class, remind me, Sandy, you have to send me a picture. I wanna check this out. So with text messages, if you go into a message conversation and you click and hold down on that green text, you can copy the message or you can more.
Right.
If you click on more, then there's a little forward arrow in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Yes.
That means you can forward that message to somebody else.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. So if you want to send that,
cool.
like I was telling them earlier that I've got my wife and father and mother-in-law and we have group conversations, and then I have my dad and my brothers and we have group conversations. And instead of resending the picture and texting the same text twice, I'll send it to one group and then use that forward feature to forward it to the other group. And it just saves a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't want to be all in a, I mean, it doesn't make sense for so I just send them to the two groups and then we can have our conversations. Or for Bob's purposes, you can send it to your email and email it to yourself so that you can then print it out later if it's important information that you need for something. And then the other thing that we did, Bob said he got a text from someone, "I'll see you in an hour." Bob didn't get the text right away, and what is an hour? When was an hour from? So if you take your finger and swipe from right to left, you will see timestamp of when the text was sent.
Right.
Either you sent it or they sent it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was
Yep.
fiddling around here.
Mine-
How do you
mine's
start
already
a
up.
group?
Start a group conversation.
Yeah.
So if you go back out to your groups or individual ones, the little pen and paper in the top right is starting a new one, and then it says to at the top,
Oh, yeah.
and you type someone's name
Mhm.
and then pick it, and then type someone else's name and pick it.
Oh.
And you just keep doing that till you get the number of people that
Whoever
you want to send it to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if
All
you've
right.
got, I've got 3 brothers and my dad, so I would enter all 3 of their names. Of course, I don't because it's already that
Right.
chat already exists. But if it didn't, I would enter all of their names and my dad's name, and all of them would appear in the to line. And then I'd click on the message and write my message, and it would go to all of them. And because they all have iPhones,
Mhm.
it doesn't always work for Androids for some reason. Anyway, but most Android phones too will then send it back, and you're in a group conversation. So everyone is seeing what everyone is typing.
Okay, so
That's a part of that chat.
So you do that today, and then 2 days later, you want to chat again with your group. Do you have to start that over again, or
No,
you just go back to
you
one
just
of the?
go to, just like you do with individual texts.
Okay, so you go find one and then
Yep.
you just start running. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's my dad and my brother's one.
Uh-huh.
It's been going, of course I have set mine to a 30-minute, or 30-day delete period, because text messages end up taking a lot
They
of
do. I was,
data
I
on
was
your-
wondering, 'cause
on your
that's a
phone.
lot on here, and that's why I want to pull these photos off, and then the messages sometimes are, just-
Yep,
I'm
yep.
not thrilled.
Yeah, mine, I figure if I haven't looked at those messages in 30 days, I'm probably not going to.
I think what this is gonna do is send it to me as a text, because when I put in Bob, I
It
get
should,
Bob McKibben work, and then I get Bob McKibben mobile. And that's going to a phone number.
well, so then you may have to just, if you don't have your own phone, if you don't have your own email address saved as a contact, it's not gonna know.
Oh.
So that's probably what happened. Yeah. So you'll have to just manually type in your email address.
No, the solution is go to
Or
my
just create-
contacts and put in my email.
I have myself as a contact so that I can email myself things if I need to. Yeah. Or that way I can share because you can share contact cards with people. If you have someone saved as a contact, for example, who was it? Anyway, someone in my family didn't know my brother's address. And so my other brother just sent the contact card as a text message.
Yeah,
And then you can click on it and save that. And anything that they have down as for the contact, if they've got their address, name, birthday, phone numbers, all that stuff,
It goes right into your contacts, doesn't it?
you can click save, yeah, and then
Yeah.
it saves it to your contacts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm looking under my contact information. Bob McKibben is here 3 times. I've got him down as my employer, which must have come out of Facebook. Then just my address, which I don't know where that came from. And then nothing, just FaceTime. So I could probably just delete this.
Probably. Yeah, group conversations are good and can be fun.
Can
So-
they, at one time I brought up that I was so excited, I'd sent a text to my grandmother. I
Yeah.
could tell that it had been delivered, and I
Mhm.
could tell that she was reading it and getting ready to respond.
Yeah,
Mhm.
isn't that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yes, the delivered and the red receipts.
And then the little conversation bubble that comes up.
Oh yeah, the
there.
little ... bubble.
Yeah.
So you knew exactly what she was doing each step of the way. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it'll tell you it delivered the message, so you know that it actually sent.
right.
Mhm. But
But then you can also request read receipts, and so then underneath your text will be a little word that said read. If they've opened the app and looked at it, then you know that they've read it at least, even if they haven't responded.
yeah.
So you want me to, here's a picture of Pastor Steve.
Is that a live photo though?
Yes.
It's a live photo.
Well, no, I guess I didn't take it live. Let's see, this is from the party, memorial service the other day. I thought it was a cool picture. Oh, yeah.
It is a live photo. All right. Yes.
Okay.
So send that to me, and I want to see if this works.
Okay,
So if you push
Yeah,
the little up,
right.
perfect.
So send it to
This
you
is
as
the-
email.
No, send it to my phone.
Okay.
This little
I have another
geek in me
question.
trying to.
I clicked on it, so I kept getting a little message for 3 or 4 days about my carrier wanted to do an update.
Update the carrier settings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But it didn't, and I thought, well, this doesn't say anything about being from Apple, so I'm not sure.
Mm,
Finally, I guess I decided, well, carrier, that's Verizon, it's
Yes.
probably okay. Clicked on it, and it didn't show in settings like you showed us how to tell when an update's there.
mm-hmm.
It didn't show up.
No,
there.
carrier updates happen like instantaneously.
So I decided that was safe to do.
Well, I'll be. It does work. I've
See,
never.
even on your old phone, you can get the new stuff. We can get the new stuff.
Well, but what drives me a little nuts about that then is why can't the old phones? That's what drives me nuts. I thought it was a hardware thing, but well, maybe it still is. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Mhm.
All right. Yes, it does work. So if you take live photos, other phones can see them, even if they're not the newest phone.
Oh.
Does
cool.
that
So-
being able to do a live phone, like when you're taking pictures of kids, and you see it and you click,
Yeah.
but their movement will blur the will that
Cool.
take away that, that if somebody moves in the picture?
No, the live photo just captures, like I said, just like 2 seconds of,
Audio and video.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a miniature video, but is still a picture. But it also takes up more space on your device also because it is capturing that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as far as kids moving, unfortunately, unless you've got a nice professional camera set
Yeah.
to a high speed.
That's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually what you can do, I lied, there is another option with your phone. When you're taking a picture, and we may have discussed this before, but maybe not, and so it'd be helpful for everyone. If you're taking a picture and you are, working with like a squirrely child, like my daughter, if you click and hold down that white photo button, if you hold it, it will take a burst of photos
Right.
for as
yes.
long. Okay.
Oh, I
For-
didn't know that.
Yeah. So
you haven't taken a burst?
Oh.
so as long as you hold down your finger, it's just going to keep taking pictures.
Yeah. And if you just, rather than just tap it or lay your
Just
finger
as-
on it, it will take, I've taken
Mhm.
6 photos just like that.
Just white circle?
Yeah.
So if you just hold it down,
Your shutter, I guess.
and you'll see the number count going up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Cool.
And it saves the other cool thing, Sandy, is when you go into your pictures,
Uh-huh.
it saves it as just one picture.
Oh,
So
okay.
no,
but I mean, it doesn't, like, if you took 30 of them, there's not 30
Yeah.
individual pictures.
Oh, okay, but then you can go through
But
and,
then you can tap, where would you tap it? Select. So you tap select, and now you can choose which
Oh,
is your
yeah.
favorite picture of your sunglasses. So, if you're
Yeah.
working, so that, that might do it.
Mhm.
And that's worked with Aubrey before because, she's closing her eyes and doing different, arms are moving. And so
Yeah.
sometimes you can get one where the arms are down or the eyes are open and she's looking at the camera. So Becca's a lot better about doing the burst photos than I am, but
it doesn't take much. Not
Mm-mm.
much weight on that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
in fact, I've actually, had my finger, I mean, it must have been touching, but I didn't even realize my
Mhm.
finger was touching the screen, and
Yeah.
it's taken a picture before,
Yeah.
or
And then-
opened an app or something like
You
that.
can delete everything.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yes, it's delete 18 photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yep.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you select, if you select your favorite of the group, it then will give you the option to delete the others and just keep the one that you think is the best. And it auto selects what it thinks is the best,
Okay.
which it does a pretty good job of. But sometimes, if if you're looking for something a little different
Mhm.
than what it thinks is the best, then.
Oh, this would be great with my great granddaughter.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I found, I think, do you have a lock on your phone? You have to put in a password to get
Not
into it?
anymore. I did.
Okay, that got to be a problem. Okay.
Actually, I wiped it out. I was tired of it on the iPad.
Oh,
And I deleted it from the iPad and it automatically deleted it from the iPhone.
oh.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was out on our hike with the group on Thursday, and Maria showed me how to open my camera without going through that password. And I thought,
Yep.
well,
Oh,
Or even
it's
just,
a little,
if you just
that little,
push the button so your phone lights up, the bottom right corner, you'll see a little silhouette of the camera.
yeah.
And you just swipe up and
And then
it takes you straight into the camera app.
which is quicker.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, even if you don't have the passcode, even if it's
Yeah.
not passcode locked, it's still faster than opening your phone and,
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Question.
Yep.
So as an example, you
Cool.
talk about you unknowingly have just, had a run of 18 exposures.
yes.
And then you go back and you look and say, well, I like this one here. Do you have to manually then delete the others, or will it do it on the?
No, you can say that you you can select a favorite, and then it'll at that time when you select the favorite and click done, it will ask you, do you want to keep the rest or delete them? And so then you pick save or delete, and you can actually select multiple favorites. So if you have like 4 of them that you
Mhm.
like, then you can select 4 of them, and it'll keep those 4 and delete the other 14.
No,
Yeah.
'cause I can just imagine how that the
Tedious.
volume
Yes.
of saved pictures could
Uh-huh.
just go
Yes.
unknowingly.
Yep. Yeah. It could. Yes, and it does add up because they are 18 separate pictures, and so that does, and it takes up space. So yeah. Yeah, and the way that you can, the way to get photos off your phone, the easiest way is just to take the charger,
Mhm.
plug it in the computer, and then your phone will show up as, like if you stick in a thumb drive or an external hard drive, how they show up,
Mhm.
it will show up like that. And the only thing, which is nice for most people and frustrating for more high-tech people, but so anyway, is that when you open up your phone, the only thing it allows you to touch are your photos and videos. So you just keep clicking in those folders, even though they look like the names of the folders are gibberish, the photos are in them. And then you can find the photos and pull them off and put them on your computer.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then you can, if you are concerned about space, then you can delete them off your phone and know that they're safe on your laptop or desktop.
Now, my photos in my iPad, I think, are linked via the cloud with my MacBook.
Yes. So you don't have to do that.
I don't have to do that.
However,
If
you
I
do have to be
delete
careful, because if you do delete them
They
from one
delete
place, they'll delete from both places.
I would think my contacts are also,
I think you have to
Right.
set that up, like you have to tell it to work that way.
where do I do that?
And this is mostly if you have a Mac and a,
Under settings?
yes, it would be under settings. Excuse me. Mail, contacts, and calendars. I think, unless it may be under iCloud. I think it is. Sorry, Bob.
Which iCloud?
Settings, iCloud.
Oh,
There we go.
my
And then you'll
mail,
see
my mail is off, so that's why I'm not getting my email.
on both
Contact.
devices. Yeah.
So I have contacts, calendar, and reminders.
Mm-hmm.
Mail would be email.
Yes. Correct.
Well, I turned on
Well,
mail.
that might be why it's not coming up, because I'm not looking at my email here. So I want my email also to be
Synced.
creative.
Yep.
It says create a free
Oh, maybe mail is just your iCloud mail. I don't.
It says, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Mine just said create a free
iCloud mail.
iCloud.com email address to turn on iCloud mail. Oh, okay, so that's. And it cancel it contacts.
So, but I do have reminders, calendar, and contacts. What about, oh, yeah, that's, mail is, what about iCloud Drive? What is that?
iCloud Drive is storage. It's what backs up your photos and your contacts and your calendar and different things like that to the cloud, and what syncs it between your phone, your iPad, and your
Should I
laptop.
turn that on?
If you want it all to seamlessly sync together,
Well, I want these two to seamlessly sync.
then yes.
And then under that, if iCloud Drive, it talks about iCloud Drive is on, look me up by email.
Look me up by.
Yeah, and I don't know what, okay, let's see what it,
Oops.
I hit it, so. Apps that have requested permission to look you up by your Apple ID will appear here.
No, it's
Under
just short.
iCloud?
I don't know.
You're in iCloud?
Yeah,
Look me
I'm
up.
gonna go back.
iCloud Drive. Oh, look me up by email.
Yeah, and then,
Apps that have requested permissions to look you up by your Apple ID will appear here.
so I don't know
I've
what,
never.
I don't know
I don't
what
know.
that,
I think what it. So, I think, without looking it up, I think what that's saying is that, if you've purchased an application,
Mhm.
or if you've purchased something inside an application, which are called in-app purchases, it's letting you know that they can look you up by your email address, which is your Apple ID, so that if you ever delete the app and re-download it later, you can get it for free and restore any purchases you've made with it for free,
oh,
so that they know that you are who you say you are.
okay.
Those are one of the nicer features about having digital things and accounts. For example, a lot of the games that I play on my laptop are through a single application. And so all I need is one login and ID. And because I purchased it through them, they know every game that I've purchased. So whether or not it's on my computer at this time, I can always re-download it for free, because they have on their records that my account owns these games from them.
Kind of like software.
Yep, and software does that too. If you
If you enter it in there, the
Mhm.
number that you get when you buy it.
Yeah.
So on.
Yeah, and so now with like with Microsoft, if you buy Office 2016 and you register it through your Microsoft email address, whether it's Hotmail or whatever, they now have on record that license is associated with that email address. So you don't really need that 32-digit key code, because they can just look you up by your email address and say, oh yes, she has.
So if something happens that.
Yep, your
that
computer
program-
crashes,
yeah,
or the
So you're
program gets a virus and you have to delete it, or anything like that. It's all looked up through your email address, and it can be very handy in a stack of those little key codes.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Burst. Okay, there's 3, and I just want to get rid of,
Just keep the one.
yeah, I'm going to keep that one, and keep that one, but this is, where's the one?
Well, no, these are different. No, so this is the burst. So then you click select.
Okay, let's see where the one is that, oh, it's not here now. Huh, strange. Okay, there were 3. One was not as great.
you
Here,
can,
this one. This is the one I want to get rid of.
All of them?
So, no, I just want
Okay.
this one single one. What did you check?
The select button.
It's
So you're
Oh.
selecting,
Oh, okay, sure.
and then you pick which one of the 3 you like.
Okay. that I like or that I want to get rid of?
The one that you want to keep. Pick the
Oh.
one you want to keep.
Okay, so this one, this one.
There you go. Now click done.
Done.
And then keep everything or only keep your 2 favorites. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You're
That's just
welcome.
individual.
Because I didn't want to get rid of all 3.
Yes.
Right.
Ask them all. How do you do FaceTime from your mini pads?
From your iPad?
Because you're doing it over the phone line, right? The cellular line, I guess.
No. FaceTime uses your Wi-Fi. Well, but does yours have cellular data? Your iPad?
Yeah.
It's a cellular one? Okay. It can use that too, but it can also just, if you're at home, you can use your Wi-Fi network. So you're not using your data minute, or not minutes, your data plan.
Okay. So you're between 2
2 iPads.
iPads?
Or anything Apple, basically.
Okay,
But it has to be Apple. So it can be an iPad to an iPhone. It can be an iPad to an iPad. It can be an iPad to a Mac, whether it's a laptop or desktop. It can even be an iPod Touch. So if someone has an iPod. Anyway, so yes, but it has to be FaceTime is only for other Apple devices.
okay. So my friend and I want to do FaceTime. She has her iPad.
Yes.
She went and got back into the Droid on her phone. So do I call the phone number of that iPad?
You
Or
would either call her phone number or her Apple ID email address.
ID?
So whatever her email address is for her Apple ID.
So
And I
is that the
don't
same
know
as the
if hers is.
password?
No,
That's
it's
Apple ID.
your Apple ID.
email.
So
I don't know that she does email through the Apple device.
well, but it's not through Apple. It's whatever.
Email address she uses?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
okay.
when you had to set up an email address and a password to be able to download
Right.
things from the App Store.
Right,
It's that email address.
okay,
Because the phone number probably doesn't work anymore if she has switched her phone to an Android.
yeah,
Unless her iPad is also a cellular iPad.
yeah. and I
Because
don't know if
your
it is.
iPad has a phone number
Right,
associated with it, separate from that.
yeah,
But because you have both, if they're linked together, someone can call your phone for FaceTime and it should ring on both devices.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine does. So my in-laws FaceTime us, talk
Oh,
with
yeah.
Aubrey. And so my phone, if my phone will be in my pocket and it'll start buzzing and maybe I'm on my iPad at that moment and the screen lights up like a phone call. And so then you just answer it.
Or drops down the message, you have a FaceTime contact.
No, just like, have you seen, when you get a phone call and
Yeah.
there's that slide button,
Mhm.
it looks exactly like that.
Oh,
Except it's a picture of you looking at yourself because it's anticipating you're going to answer the phone in the FaceTime. And then what happens is it's a giant picture of them as most of the screen.
Mhm.
And then there's a little picture in one of the corners of you. So you
Yeah.
can see what they're seeing so that you can know that you're in the picture frame. And you can move yourself to any one of the 4 corners.
oh,
So if one of the, if there's 2 people next to each other and your little picture's up in this corner and it's blocking part of their face, then you can just drag it to the bottom of the screen. Or any of the other 3 corners. Just so that you can have the best
we'll remember that.
viewing experience possible. So yes, you just need if she has a cellular version also, then that phone number,
Mhm.
I believe. If not, then you need her Apple ID email, whatever email she has for her Apple account.
Do all iPads have, some don't have a cellular?
No, my iPad is Wi-Fi only. So the only way people could FaceTime my iPad, but because I have an iPhone, then technically my iPad has a phone number. But for people who have like an Android phone or no smartphone at all, it would have to be their Apple ID. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? It's been fun.
Well, for some reason, when I try to call forward a text message,
Mm-hmm.
it sends it to my text rather than to my email.
Are you typing in your email address?
No, let me show you what I'm doing.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Okay, so I'm putting in, so it says work, and there's my email address.
Yeah, so you select that. And click send.
It's coming right up here.
Oh, okay, let's
Oh,
try
I
again.
was just,
I think I know why. Click more.
Let's delete this one.
I think it's because it is, that email address is your Apple ID. And so, try it again. But we're not gonna send it to, you'd have to send it to a different one. You have a different email address you can send it to.
Yeah, how would I do that?
You would delete the word Bob and just start physically typing in that email address.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah,
So why won't it come up automatically?
because that's your Apple ID email, and so the way the Apple ID works is by default. Of course, you could always go into, if you go into settings, Bob. Yeah, so if you go into settings,
Okay,
of course, there's downsides to this also, but if you go into settings and you go scroll down to messages,
here,
messages, send and receive. You see your two, so if you uncheck that email address at the top,
this one?
now you should be, now when you try to do it, it should send it send it to your email address instead of sending it to a text again.
So what's the downside?
The downside is that someone can't FaceTime or message you using your email. They can only do it using your phone number, which isn't a real big downside, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. So now try sending that text message again, Bob, to that email address, and it should send it to your physical email instead of thinking that you're trying to text message it to yourself again. The worldwide
I
developer,
didn't send it here, so I assume
hopefully it's on its way. The Worldwide Developers Conference, which is Apple's yearly event, is next Monday. So that's where they announce, they'll announce iOS 10 for phones and tablets and a whole bunch of other stuff. I think they even, I don't know, I should know this because I watch it every year. I think they even tease the new phone. The new phone always comes out around the end of September, but I think they tease it at this conference as well. And they'll talk about the new updates to the laptops and desktops as well. And sometimes they preview new hardware. So, but that's
not
next Monday.
happening.
Still isn't there?
No.
It's really bizarre, Bob. That should come through.
Here's a delayed response.
Well, yeah, it could be that, but hopefully it comes through. I mean, the other option, Bob, would be to take a screenshot of that message if it fits on one screen.
With a copy?
No. So, and maybe if anyone else needs to know for any reason, you can take a screenshot of your device. And then you'll have to, no, so what you do is you, with your phone unlocked like it is, you can uncheck that, Bob, you don't need that menu. If you hold quickly press your two physical buttons together, so the home screen and the lock button at the same time, yep,
Home screen and the lock button.
just real quick. It takes a screenshot of what is currently on your phone at that exact moment.
What's it do with it?
Saves it into your Photos app.
Oh.
And then from there, you can email it to yourself. So now go to your home screen, Bob. Go to the Photos app.
Well, my home screen is, so we're going,
There you go.
you're doing this from the home
And then
screen?
click the share button, which is the bottom left.
No, he was in
And then mail.
He was in text.
Which one's it gonna send?
Mail. It's just the one that's checked. There you go. Now you can email it to yourself. So
How
the
do you take that picture, get which buttons? So I've got,
it's your two physical buttons. So it's this home screen button and the lock button at the same
at the same time.
And then let go.
Oh,
So now go into your Photos app.
oh. So I took a picture, yeah, there it is.
So you just took a picture of your home screen.
Oh, how about that?
So if there's any, I mean, like,
If I'll remember when I want to do it.
for example, Becca on Facebook will pull up, she follows a lot of bloggers that post recipes for either food or, to make homemade things.
Oh, yeah.
And so she'll take a picture of it with her phone using the screenshot thing. So then she can save it for later.
Oh,
Because she's usually on Facebook on her phone or her iPad mini instead of on the desktop. And so it's just quicker and easier. And that way she doesn't forget to do it later. And she instantly has it. So she takes
So
lots of
it
screenshots
takes
of
a
things.
photograph of whatever's on it.
Whatever is currently physically showing at that exact moment of your computer or your phone or iPad. You can do the same thing with your laptop or desktop. On Windows devices, it's really easy because there's a button that literally says PRSC, I think, which is print screen. And you just push that button and whatever's on the screen, it takes a photo of.
Huh.
And with the Mac, I always forget. Oh, I don't want that one up. With the Mac, I always forget what it is. It's like Command Shift 4 or something like that. Is that right? Yep. Well, that's so Command Shift 3. Yeah. So Command Shift 3 on a Mac will take a screenshot of the whole screen, and then Command Shift 4 on a Mac, you can select. It's got this little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's that little target right there, and I can drag and take a picture. But that's just for Macs. But for Windows, there's literally a button over here on the side, and it says print screen, and you just push it. And it takes pictures. Yep, see, here we go. Screenshot. So there's a screenshot of that, and a screenshot of my whole desktop. So, yeah. But yeah, sometimes you can do it with your phone for any reason that you need to.
So like, the same way then, if you're on your computer and you see something on Pinterest or something, you can just hit that and
Yeah,
that's,
you don't want
or
to
you
print
can-
it and waste paper. You can
Yeah.
just, yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Easy way to take pictures.
Now, I have my contacts synced from my phone here, but my text messages, I they don't show up.
Okay. Just a minute. I'm getting a. There we go. Letting the phone call pass through. So if you go into settings and go to messages,
Kind of sit on that.
I think you would need to do it on both your devices because they have to agree.
Okay,
There should be, so you're in messages.
right.
There should be an option for text message forwarding. Does that show up? For me, it's the third option. It says iMessage, which is on, show contact photos, which is on, and then text message forwarding. If not, I would start on your phone first.
And here it says send read
Send read receipts.
is the third one.
Okay. So I would go to your phone first then, which I guess makes more sense.
So where was that again? Touch ID? No,
No. Go to settings and then messages.
right. So
And then the third one should say text message forwarding.
oh, yeah. Okay.
You don't want to hit copy
Yeah,
on a message
okay,
again.
got
What is
Oh, here is, no,
Yours isn't. Huh.
oh, iMessage can be sent between iPhone, oh.
Yeah,
Do
meaning you can text an iPhone, an iPad, or a Mac.
it, so,
It's on.
yeah, it's on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy.
And are your so now sign into your. You sign into that.
All
I
right,
think that might solve the dilemma.
So I'm just looking at my messages.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit copy, I can then paste it in an email.
You could, yes. That's
Wouldn't
another
that be
option.
an easier way to do it?
That's another option, yeah. Yep, that's a great point, Bob. I don't know. I think I get in a single frame of mind, and you can't think of other solutions. So yeah, did you turn on? You found the text message forwarding, yeah. And so then what happens now is my iPad, my Mac, and my phone. All three devices have the exact same text messages, all up to date. This one is slower because I have to wait till I log in, and then it connects to the internet, and then it starts. You see all these new messages popping up as they come. But so I can text anybody from my Mac now.
Okay, so I can text on the iPad instead of the iPhone.
Yep. Yeah, if you're on your if now that it's set up that way,
Okay,
it should be. You should be able to text from. You turned it on, right?
I didn't do that yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, text message forwarding. Turn your iPad on.
Okay. Code shown on your iPad.
Your iPad should. There you go. So enter that code.
So it's 1, 6, 6, 2, okay,
I can't type.
wow.
I said I can't type.
Okay.
So now you're all set.
Okay.
So now, there they are.
Oh, for goodness sakes. And
The
so,
one that you just sent me.
yeah, okay.
So now if you're on your iPad and someone texts you, you'll get it there and you can reply from there.
That is cool. That's great. Wow.
Now, what is that?
Oh my gosh.
I should
That's
pay
really-
attention.
She can now text
Ah.
from her iPad.
Yeah.
So you set up text message forwarding. So her phone acts as a,
But I've been texting from my iPad all along. What is she doing different?
she just never had it set up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've been texting from your iPad, you already set it up that way. But
So on that note, is it easier then to to do it that way than the way that she's been doing it?
Well, it just means that she's got more options. So, for example, oftentimes, like on my day off on Fridays, for no reason at all, I generally just leave my phone in my bedroom. But I'll have my iPad with me, whether I'm reading a book or doing something. Text messages or emails or anything popping up on there. And so, only thing I'm really missing is if anyone calls me. My iPad more because it's a larger screen. So if someone texts me, then I can get it right then and there. Yep.
But
Same thing with my Mac. Now that I have my Mac, I can just text right from there. I don't miss any text messages.
So, but this also means that this is taking up space on my iPad, right?
A bit, yes. And so you can go into settings on your iPad now and have it have a 30-day limit, and it'll delete any text messages that are older than 30 days.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
that
just
keeps
found
the
that on the
yeah,
iPad.
and that keeps the amount of space it takes up.
Learn something every time.
Limited.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. Yeah, before they enabled that feature, I had like 3 gigs of
So you find
space
yourself
being taken up by my
moving up the learning curve?
messages because
Oh,
of
not right.
photos and videos and just the mass
Well,
amounts of
you know,
text
I
that
can see
we
you
do.
up at the top because I'm way back down.
Oh, I'm gonna see that. But I'm moving up slowly. Have a good day.
Thanks, Bob.
Cool. Learned a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah.
And so with, especially with text, it would be so much